Good morning, everybody. I have this fun card to show you. It is the triple twist easel card, and it's just so much fun. So when it comes to you, it'll be like this. You can see all the pretty birds and the designer series paper. And then when you get it, you'll just pop it up right like this, and you can set it on your desk or your table. So when I first made this card, I used our cardstock, and what you have to do with the cardstock is you have to use another piece of white inside to stamp your sentiment on, and you also have to use 2 pieces of designer series paper on the outside. So I'm always looking for an easier way to do something. So that got me to thinking about our new Tea Boutique cards and envelopes. And these are going to be in the new annual catalog that comes out May the 3rd. And you get these beautiful envelopes in the end colors. And you also get these beautiful card bases, which this way you only have to use one side of the designer series paper because you have one already. And then you don't have to put the white cardstock inside because you already have a white card base inside of this. So I also use these beautiful new glossy dots, which I put in the center of the flower. They're just so pretty. Who doesn't like a little bling, a little sparkle? And I also use the designer series paper, which is the end colors, and will be coming in the new annual catalog. I love this pattern. It's my favorite. So let me show you what I did. But first, I want to show you this trick that hopefully will work on camera. Sometimes it works better when you're just doing it, and not trying to film it, but we'll give it a whirl. So when I'm making these cards, I'm going to want to make a bunch of them. And I need the bird body and the wing. And sometimes to get the wing lined up with the bird body, it's kind of hard. So here's what I've been trying to do. I'm going to clean these real quick to see if it'll help them adhere better. So you want to take your stamps. I'm going to clean them so it gives them a little bit of moisture on them. So hopefully it will attach to the stamp block better. And try to keep my fingers off of it. So what you do is you open up your punch and you set your stamps down in where they're going to cut. Set this one in here. Don't let it fall down in your punch, just where it's naturally supposed to cut. That one's the hardest one to get. So then what you do is you take your acrylic block and you press down with it. My hand's going to be in the way, but just press down until you can close it, and then hopefully your stamps will be on your block in the right place. So let's see how well that worked. And if it doesn't work, just pull them out and try again, But it saves you a lot of time. When you have something like this and you're going to be punching out a lot of them, you want it to line up. So let's see how well it worked. I hope it works for us today. Just make sure you give that time to set. Just let it sit there a second while you close up your ink pad, and that way it gets down into your paper. It gives you a really nice, clean, crisp look. So let's see. Fingers crossed. Okay, line it up. Oh, looks pretty good, doesn't it? Awesome. So there we go. And that is my quick tip for the day. See? I know you get a couple little extra bits, but that's all right. They're just little pieces. And then there you have your bird. Cool, right? So leave me a comment and see what you think. Let me know if you tried this and if it worked for you. I always like to pass on any tips that I get. Okay, so let's make this card. This is such a fun card. So what you need, you're going to need your paper trimmer, and you're going to need your card base. So this is the card base. We're going to do a blue one this time. So what you want to do is you want to take your card base and put it in your paper trimmer, and we're going to cut it down to 5 1/4. This way it gives you a little extra room in your envelope if you have a little extra sticking out. So we're going to cut that 1/4 inch off, and you can save that for something else if you want. And then what you want to do is you want to cut from, let's go ahead and let's burnish this first so we can see. You can pretty much see where the line stops, but it makes it easier if you just give it a quick burnish with your bone folder. So you want to cut at 1 3/4. And what you want to do is you want to bring your blade down to right to the crease in the paper, the fold, and cut up. Then you want to bring it over to 3 1/2. Do the same thing, bring it down, cut up. Okay, so there you have your 3 flaps. So now you have to get your fold in here. So the most important thing about this is to remember, cut or score from the left side to the right side. So let me show you what I mean. So fold these pieces down so they're not in your way. Bring this back, put it in your track of your paper trimmer. You line it up at the bottom, left side to right side. Get your cutter out of the way so you don't accidentally use the cutter instead of the score blade. Just take your time, make sure you get it right. So there you have that one. From left to right, fold it down, bring up your next one. So left to right. Make sure you stay in the track. Want it to be straight. And these cards are kind of thick, so you can give it a couple of passes with the score blade, left to right. I'm going to say that so you don't forget, because it's so easy when you're doing this to score the other way and then it doesn't work like it's supposed to. Okay, so while we're at it, I'll come back to this in a second. This is your designer series paper that you're going to use on here, and I cut 3 of them. And what you want to do is you want to cut these left to right, line it up in the track, cut. So then when you're ready, they'll fit right in here. So we have 1, 2, and we need 1 more. I always just cut 3 pieces. It'll be for the next time. So left to right. Okay. So then you have your 3rd piece. Okay. Here's a paper trimmer. Simple, right? So what you want to do is you want to bring in your bone folder, and you just want to score this. Okay. Oh, think I told you the size of this, did I? This is 4 by 1.5. Sorry about that. Forget when I'm doing things. So then you just want to burnish these real well. Okay. Open them up. So then you can see that they're already ready to pop up. So I just give it a burnish along the edge. And then the most important thing, whatever type of glue you use, you need to make sure that you get right down to the end of your paper. So I forgot to bring over my silicone mat, so I'm going to hold this up in the air so I don't make a big mess. But you can also do this with your stamp, you know, your seal, or your you can use your Tombow adhesive if you want to use that. Just make sure you use your adhesive mat, to keep it from getting all over the place, and try to use as little as possible because you don't want a big mess on your card. So, isn't that cute? Love this paper. So just make sure it comes all the way down to the end, and just use, like I always tell you, just the barest amount of glue, because this stuff, you don't have to have it going all over the place. But you want to make sure that that tip is glued down really well. Do this last one. There we go. So I already pre-cut all of my other pieces, so you didn't have to wait and watch me cut them out. And this one, this little bird in the center and the nest, you do have to freehand cut that. I'm not the greatest, and I definitely don't want you watching me cut out that bird, because I am really, really slow. And you're also going to need little pieces of your window sheet. I have little pieces left over from other projects, and I just keep them because I know I'm going to need them. So I cut out all of these pieces, my birds, and I put them together. Aren't they cute? So cute. So here's the nest, and what I did is I used crumb cake, and then I used soft suede, and then I did the rock and roll technique where you just do the edges of the stamp. Let me show you real quick what I mean, in case you want to know. Inquiring minds might want to know. So I take my soft suede and you ink it up pretty good. You can see that it got it. And then what you want to do is you take your early espresso and you just want to do the edges, just so that it gives it a little bit of contrast. And that's the rock and roll technique. Rock and roll, rock and roll. So it just comes around the edges, and then you just stamp it. And then you can come in and cut it out. So another little trick for the day. Put that out of the way. So I did these before. I had these to cut out. Alright, so what we want to start with is we want to go ahead and pop these up. You know I love my dimensionals. So let's just pop these up here. And these ones I did in the Tahitian tide and then the yellow centers. I thought that was a nice contrast. you want to do, try not to take all the sticky off of it. What you want to do is you want to pop it up where you want it to be, like that. Do the next one. Try to keep it in line, the same amount on the side there. And then, where'd my other one go? There it is. It's stuck to my finger. So let's stick that one right there. Okay. So how perfect is that? Get these out of here. Okay. So we want to start with our bird. And I just put it right on the bottom so that there's no chance of it sticking up over the cardstock. So I want it to come over as much as possible because I want to be able to see all three birds. And if you don't stick them really tight, you can come back and play around with them. So then you want the bird nest. And again, you want to put it right at the bottom so it doesn't show when you add it. And you want to put it over as far as possible this way so that you can see the red bird and the blue bird. Same thing with this little guy. Put it down on the bottom. And just stick her in the nest there. Isn't she cute? She's so cute. Oops. I can tell I didn't get it down far enough. Oops. You want to make sure that it doesn't stick up in the back because then it'll make your card stay shut all the time, and you know that's not what you want. You want it to be open. So another one, another glue dot. Just put it down on the bottom and then come back over this way so that you can see all your pretty little birds. Cute, so cute. And I love the eyes. You know, you get two different kind of eyes. You get just the dots, and then you get the little curves there, like it's thinking about something. So then you want to take your little sentiments there, your little, just a note of thanks, and then the little notes, the song notes. And what you want to do is you want to take your window sheet and just cut it thin. And it doesn't need to be really long, you know, maybe a couple inches. And then just take a glue dot. Love glue dots. Rank right up there with my dimensionals. So you just want to stick that on there. Stick another one on the other end, and then just stick it behind your bird. Because you don't want them to stick up, you know, too much. And that way, you can't really tell, you know, the window sheet kind of disappears into the background. Let's cut this off just a tiny bit more. Here's a glue dot. This one for the other end. And let's give her the blue notes. And then just stick it behind. You can stick it behind the nest there. Okay, let's do the last one. And then the inside you can just, you know, I usually, you know, just wait until I'm ready to send it. Pick out a sentiment. But I like to make thank you cards for people who order from me. And these are fun ones. These will be fun to make and easy to make. And I think people will really like them. So then this last one, you want to make sure that you don't go above your card at the top. So you might have to move your bird down a little. Move him down a little. You can come up a tiny bit with your notes, but you don't want them to, you know, make it hard to put this in an envelope. So let's grab an envelope and see the right color here. You can even stamp on the outside of the envelope, but these are just beautiful like they are. Aren't they gorgeous? If you wanted to, you could put some designer series paper inside, but I think it's got enough already. I think they're just beautiful. So you just fold this, and then do a little burnish on the side. Let's see. And if you have to adjust that a little bit. So, how perfect is that? And it's ready to send away. Flatten it down a little bit. I'll have to check with the post office, see if it's too thick, you know, but I don't think it is. But isn't it just beautiful? Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you make some of your own and how you liked it. Have a good day. Bye-bye.